free log of American white ash, and the tree must have been old when it fell to the logger's saw. Well, old for a person, young for a tree. My whole body propelled the tool, reaching forward and pulling back. Each stroke of the spoke shave required a slightly new way to grip it, a slightly different arm and shoulder position, a little compensation left or right with my torso. It was a pleasing twist, like kayaking, each stroke different from all the others before it, and each shaving a unique imprint of the blade. To travel that long distance between rough and smooth, I had to trust the process, remove a little bit here, a little more there, until all the little cuts added up to something bigger. Ducks passed by on their southern migration. Water ripped through the channel on its path to the sea. The clouds darkened as the squall closed in. It didn't matter. There was nowhere else I would rather be. I moved deeper into the carving, working silently, no words or thoughts to distract me. It felt timeless. A trance-like hum bled away whatever anxieties I still harbored. My ears tuned in to the music of sharpened steel slicing through wood, and the wood was saying things to me. Things I had only recently begun to understand. Chapter 1. The Phone Call. Hello, Trent? The two words froze me. During the 14 years my father and I were estranged, he called only when he had devastating news to share. His voice transported me to the last time I had answered a phone and heard him say my name. I thought of that day, and of what he had said next. I hoped he was calling for a different reason this time. Mom told me you was living on the ocean now, he said. I kept up with family news through a back channel, Mom. We would chat on her desk line at the University of South Dakota, where she worked as a support specialist. It had not occurred to me that she was telling my father everything I had told her over the years. Yes, I moved into a beach house. A divorce earlier that year, in 2014, had left me homeless at age 37. I was living out of a suitcase in a hotel room when I read an ad in the local paper for a 1920s beach bungalow. I liked it so much that I signed a lease on the spot. My new house looked across a bay toward Robbins Island, a rocky outcropping that was deposited as glacial outwash 11,000 years ago. The channel between my house and the island was deep, and during the changing of the tides, it filled with clear seawater that flowed swiftly past Marituka Point. The house was perched on a bluff 80 miles east of New York City in a landscape that I had come to love, a place where Long Island's suburban strip malls gave way to bleached sand dunes. It was a land of pitch pine and scrub oak barrens, manicured vineyards, polo matches, and roadside farm stands selling heirloom vegetables to weekenders from the city. In summer, there was constant traffic on Main Road and private jets roaring to the Hamptons. The culture and geography of this place revolved around the Peconic estuary system, more than 100 distinct bays, harbors, and creeks that ebbed and flowed in a relentless churn, mixing the waters of Long Island Sound with the Atlantic Ocean. Nothing on the beach was ever the same from one day or even 1 hour to the next. Some days the bay in front of my house was wild and violent, with thrashing 4-foot waves. Other days the water was flat and calm like an alpine lake, a study of infinite shades of blue. That's awful big water out there, my father said. You got a boat? He spoke in a firm kind of cowboy poetry, made of actions and things. This time, his unexpectedly weak and gravelly voice distracted me from the substance of his question. At some point, the strong voice I once knew as my father's must have turned into this old man's voice I heard on the phone. I did not know when the change happened. Perhaps there was no single moment. No boat. Don't have time, I said. How's work? What? I was so surprised to be asked anything about my personal life that I became confused, as if I had been reading something and lost my place on the page. Oh, work is fine. After a decade cutting my teeth in the wine business, I had recently been promoted to CEO of a vineyard on the North Fork of Long Island. My new title was not a respite, just more pressure. I had not taken a day off in months, and every minute was booked with board meetings, wine tastings, charity galas.